All right, Larry Krueger here from the Pig and a Pickle Krug Show with a little 49er video brought to you by Pig and a Pickle. Best barbecue in all of Northern California. Two locations, Emeryville and Corte Madera. They're open 7 days a week in Marin. Wednesday through Sunday in Emeryville. Pig and a Pickle. The best barbecue in all of Northern California. Well, we're doing something a little different with these videos. We're going to go training camp preview, position group by position group. And I'm also in the process, and this is, of course, brought to you by New York style Italian sausage. And we're going to give you our 10 position group grades on the 49ers. And we're going to give you, starting with special teams, and we're going to count it down with our 10 favorite kinds of New York style Italian sausage. All right. So let's start with the Niners special teams unit. An interesting year for the Niners special teams as they said goodbye to Robbie Gould, hello to Jake Moody. And other than that, the 49ers have great continuity on special teams. Tabor Pepper is their long snapper. He's 6'4", 245-pound, 6-year veteran out of Michigan State. The 49ers picked him up in 2019 as a free agent. He's a very solid long snapper. Then you've got Mitch Wishnowsky, the 6'2", 220-pound punter out of Utah. He was a fourth-round draft choice in the 2019 draft. He's entering his fifth year in the league. Moody, of course, is a rookie out of Michigan trying to replace Robbie Gould. Niners took him in the third round out of the University of Michigan. And the Niners also have a little bit of a competition here. Zane Gonzalez has also been signed, the veteran, the 7-year veteran out of Arizona State. There's a very good chance if Gonzalez kicks well in the preseason, the 49ers might be able to turn around and trade him to a kicker needy team at the end of training camp. And then there's also the return man. And this year, you've got a couple return guys to look for. One is Ray McLeod. McLeod is a veteran returner, very reliable, really, really solid. And then Deshaun Jameson, an undrafted rookie free agent, is a cornerback out of Texas. But if you watch Jameson at Texas, he is an elite return man. So let's talk a little bit about the specialists, and then we'll give you our 10th favorite kind of New York style Italian sausage. Drafting Jake Moody with a third round pick, somewhat of a gamble, right? But, the Niners have done this before. They did this in 1994 and they won the Super Bowl. In fact, the last time they won the Super Bowl, they employed a rookie kicker. So they can't say they've never done it before or that it cannot be done. In 1994, Doug Bryan was the Niners rookie kicker. He went to De La Salle, then the University of California, and the Niners took him in the third round. So Robbie Gould moves on. He's never missed a kick in the playoffs. So you're taking somewhat of a chance at kicker, jumping from Robbie Gould to Jake Moody. But it should be a situation that's pretty solid for the 49ers. Moody is a really good kicker. He's only the fifth kicker since 2000 to be selected with a top 100 pick. The Niners opted to move on from Robbie Gould. Gould is 40. He was a Pro Bowler. He ranks eighth in NFL history in field goal percentage and has made all 68 kicks in his postseason career. That's right. 29 field goal attempts, 29 field goals made, 39 PATs attempted, 39 PATs made. That is reliable. And so the Niners are taking a little bit of a risk for sure going with a rookie kicker, but they're going with a guy whose nickname is Money and who's got a booming leg and is going to be a lot cheaper on the salary cap. So I think overall, I like the decision to go with the power leg Jake Moody. And now it's about, can he find the same consistency that Robbie Gould had? That's unlikely, and it'll be something to watch early in the year. There are also a lot to like about the Niner return men. You've got Danny Gray, Ray McLeod, now Deshaun Jameson. Let's talk about Ray for a second. He ranked third in the NFL in yards per punt return at 10.8 and was ninth in kickoff returns, averaging 23 yards a carry. So that 10.8 yards per punt return for McLeod, that's his career best. And he did fumble twice. He didn't lose either fumble. The 49ers, since we're talking about specialists, we also should probably talk about George Odom. The safety is one of the NFL's best special teams aces in coverage and he gives them a very, very reliable player on special teams. Will they use Debo Samuel or Brandon Ayuk on special teams? Most likely not. But Gray is dynamic. There's no question Ray McLeod is dynamic. And then you've got a young defensive back who is very dynamic as well in Deshaun Jameson as a return man. So the other special team player to watch, I think, in this summer is Jack Coletto, the rookie fullback from Oregon State, who's a little bit of a jack of all trades. He's a special teamer. He's a fullback. In college, he was a Wildcat quarterback. He was a linebacker. He's a little bit of everything and a valuable special teams player. And will he make the roster? And if he doesn't make the roster, there's probably some teams around pro football that would love to have Jack Coletto. So Coletto is an interesting guy to watch this summer as well. The 49ers signed him as an undrafted free agent, and they outbid 4 or 5 other teams to get Coletto. They did a lot of work before the draft on Coletto, and Coletto told me that, he went into the draft weekend thinking he'd probably be a 49er just based on how much interest they had shown in him at Oregon State and in the pre-draft process. Now there's speculation that if the 49ers go with 5 running backs and Coletto winds up cut, that, there are a number of teams around the NFL that use a fullback that would love to have a player as smart and as competent as Jack Coletto. He's a mechanical engineering major. So he's a very, very bright guy. He can pick up a lot. I asked him what he thought his strengths were. He said, his ability to memorize all the formations, the plays, and kind of the cerebral part of pro football is his specialty. So I'm really eager to see, one, what he looks like on special teams. How do they utilize him? Does he make plays on coverage? Is he a guy who is a guy that teams will try to trade for at the end of training camp? But the big story here will be the competition, if there is a competition, between the rookie and the 7-year vet. Jake Moody, Zane Gonzalez. Gonzalez has been a solid kicker throughout his career. And he's got the experience. Moody, though, has a booming leg. And we saw Moody make a 63-yard field goal in camp. So he's got an absolute monster leg. And will it change the way Kyle Shanahan calls games? Will they go for more long field goals? We saw the 49ers, punt the ball on the opponent's side of the field when they were in that territory where it was too long to try a Robbie Gould field goal. But also not worth going for it. Will they, in this case, this year with the kicker that can kick 65-yard field goals, will they suddenly go for it? I think that is going to be something definitely to watch for in that competition. I expect Jake Moody to win that competition. I'd be really, really surprised if he didn't win the competition. So that's just something to look for. Now, one of the things that we want to do here is we want to give you, I would say overall, I would give the 49ers grade for special teams a solid B. They've got really, really solid specialists. Odom is good. The long snapper solid. The punter is solid. And you've got some solid players there for sure. As far as my 10th favorite type of New York style Italian sausage, we are going to go with this one right here, the basil and garlic sausage. There you go. It's a savory sausage. It's great in pastas. It's also great if you slice them open and kind of put them on the grill. But there you go. The basil and garlic sausage, my 10th favorite New York style Italian sausage. So, and thank you to New York style Italian sausage for sponsoring our show as well. But there you go. There's our special teams breakdown on the 49ers. The big competition in the preview ahead is for camp is Zane Gonzalez against Jake Moody. I'll take Jake Moody to win that battle. I think Moody's going to establish himself as a really solid NFL kicker. And I think this is just going to be year one in a long career for Moody. And can the Niners do what they did in 1994? And that's go to the Super Bowl with a rookie kicker. They did it with Doug Bryant. Can they do it with Jake Moody? We will soon find out. All right. Hope you enjoyed our video. Thanks to Pig and a Pickle for being the title sponsor of the Krueg Show. Check them out in Emeryville and Corte Madera. And thanks to all of you for supporting the Krueg Show on YouTube and we'll give the 49ers special teams a solid, well, let's give them a B. We'll give them a B going into training camp. Hope you enjoy the video.